Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you with the last weekly video of the year. It's been a good year, it's been an excellent year. This is not going to be your standard fare video. We're going to do a room tour today. We're going to do a couple things actually. I don't have anything new to show you. I mean, I've got some new stuff, but I'm going to save it for next week. We're going to start the year fresh next week with some whatever I've got to show you, which should be pretty cool. But we are going to do today is we're going to do a little tour around the room. Now, it's a little bit of a mess, okay? So you'll have to excuse me a little bit. But I'm going to try to show you what's going on in here. And then at the end of this video, I actually took a snapshot of like everything I opened up on the channel this year, okay? And at the end of this video will be like a 16, 17 minute long 1 second per picture montage with hopefully some music. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might throw one of my own band's tracks on there. I'm not sure. But you'll find out at the end of the video. I don't even know what I'm doing yet. You know, I'm going to have to edit this together and figure it out, and that's okay. But yeah, so what we are going to do today is we are going to take a trip around the Diecast room. We'll look in all 4 walls of it here, and hopefully you guys find that entertaining. I just wanted to do something different for the last video of the year. So we're going to go ahead and check out that stuff. So yeah, I did just under 1,000 pieces entered the collection this year. Oh, one other thing before we get into it is I'm going to post my top 10 of 2022, so top 10 brand new castings of 2022, and my top 10 collection additions or acquisitions of the year that will be posted to lamleygroup.com. I will go ahead and link that in the description of this video or pin it in a comment, and so I strongly encourage you to check that out. I was going to do a video for that stuff, but I decided not to double up. I spent a lot of time taking pictures and writing and stuff like that for that. I just didn't want to rehash everything in a video. So please check that out as a supplement to this video. All right? All right, so let's go ahead and let's start with a room tour, and then we'll do that other thing. This video is probably going to be pretty long, so sit back and I guess enjoy, and hope you guys had a decent year. Here's to 2023. Should be a good one. Should be a good one for Diecast anyway. Lots of cool stuff coming out on the horizon, and yeah, I'm excited for it. So, and thank you guys, as always, for tuning in to the channel. I really do appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and let's swing the camera around the room. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, let's do this. Here's the entrance to the room. Yes, I normally keep this locked so that you know, the kids cannot you know, do the thing with these cars. All right, so I apologize if the camera's a little shaky. I'm just holding it by hand here. We are gonna take a little trip around here. So here is where the magic happens, as they say. I guess we'll start where I typically film the first part of the videos. I've done some room tours before, but it has changed a bit, probably since the last time I've done it. But we're going to go ahead and just take a look. The room is not finished yet. There's still some things I got to do. I want to replace the carpet in here. It's kind of nasty, or possibly just put in vinyl flooring. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but it's in a basement. We'll see. Carpet's nice because it kind of, I don't know, keeps things warmer feeling in here. All right. And it does get pretty cold in here. So we'll start off with this. This is actually a repurposed old kitchen island that was at my parents' house that they were getting rid of. You'll notice the stainless steel tops where I take a lot of photographs on there. If you do follow me on Instagram, you've seen this quite a bit. So yeah, just a repurposed kitchen island, and it does work really well. The height of it's pretty nice. I've got like kind of an old bar stool kind of thing I've had from a previous house I lived in. But yeah, so this is where I typically kind of sit, and then we've got the drawers in here and cabinets in here where, you know, stuff for future videos is sitting. So got a bunch of stuff in there, got a bunch of stuff in here, you know, all that stuff. So we won't quite look in there yet because it's a preview for future videos. But yeah. Pretty nice thing. It works really well for what I do, and yeah, I like it. So that's cool. Typical little tripod here with a phone stand. I film everything on my phone for these videos on my iPhone 13 Pro Max is what I use. Have not upgraded to a 14, and there's really no point to me doing that yet. So yeah, there's that. All right, where should we start? I guess let's start where you normally see, which is behind me in the videos. This is typically the angle that we are in, and we're just going to kind of go case by case. So these are Carney cases, these 3 cases up top, and they're pretty nice. I do sort of regret getting them though, because now Carney has pretty much widely available. You can get the style that Lamley has, which is the ones with the white backing instead of the mirrored back. And I do wish that I had Carney cases with the white backing. If I could trade these out for those, I would definitely do it. And I have debated on possibly selling these cases and buying these exact same cases with a white backing. And mounting them up here. And the reason for that is just simply the reflection. These do look cool, but I mean, here you go. You can see me in the reflection. I like to take pictures of cars. It would be nice to take pictures of cars grouped in these cases, and it would be a lot easier if it didn't have this mirror back thing going on. So really, the mirror back is kind of annoying. So we've got this first case right here is all Tomica Limited Vintage, or Limited Vintage Neo. We got a bunch of Ferraris in here. We got all that stuff. This fits 108 cars in here. So you've got that. And then I've got a couple of larger scale models right on top there. And then a couple larger scale models on top of this one. Now, this middle case used to be all Kyosho. And I've changed it over to all basically hobby square body pickups. There's some room in here for some expansion, which is good, and I need that. And in the bottom, I've got some other hobby exclusive stuff, a couple Raws, GT40s, some pretty nice stuff there. I'm trying to keep this video from being shaky. I apologize about that. But yeah, I even avoided drinking coffee this morning just so I'd have a steadier hand, but here we go. All right, and then followed by that, we got in the next one, we got Mini GT. So Mini GT dominates. This actually is this whole case. We got some larger scale models, some 140, I think those are 143s up on top. I don't really collect that type of model, so there you have it. So a bunch of Mini GTs, and again, in these mirrored back cases. And then we'll go down to the shelf that is below it. I should say, I've done a room tour before. I built this shelf with my, basically my brother-in-law helped me do this, build this shelf that wraps around the entire room. It's pretty awesome. And then I coated it in, of all things, like stuff that you would use to coat the bottom of a drawer in a kitchen. I picked this stuff because it's kind of like rubbery-ish. It's kind of soft. I don't know. It worked. I wanted to do it in like faux carbon fiber. I think that would have been cool. I did screw up a little bit, and I had to kind of splice in a piece right here, but whatever. This could always be changed out some other time. It wasn't that hard to do, and maybe someday I will wrap it in carbon fiber. I think that would look pretty killer. All right, next, let's just take a look at what's on this shelf. We got a Mini GT hauler filled with auto roll trucks that are base swapped. So that's neat. We got a Schuco Porsche hauler there. That thing is pretty cool. We've got some zingers. We got some Mini GT Kaido House stuff there. Some other Mini GT special models. We got Eric car kind of just chilling in the corner here. Kind of feel bad about those Eric cars. I was supposed to do a write-up in Lamley Group website. I don't know, whatever. 2 years ago now, I never got around to doing it. Now it's just not, there's no point in doing it because these are not, you know, they're older now, so they're not super relevant. But whatever. So I kind of screwed that up. I apologize about that. Then we got Team Transport lines the bottom of this. Team Transport and some of the diorama cars. Okay. on the bottom there. And then we got these Hot Wheels cases. So these are the Hot Wheels cases that came with the car, and I've appropriately stocked these full of more vintage Hot Wheels models. And there's some cool ones in here. So you got some Blackwall stuff, some other stuff in there. That red line is actually a restored red line by Diecast Show Customs. Really cool that he did that for me. And then we've got some more vintage Hot Wheels right here. Very nice. And then over here we've got one of my most prized collections, and that is the original Hot Wheels Real Riders series right here. Very, very cool. This is very, very special to me because one of my friends that sadly passed away, he was an older gentleman, he actually willed the majority of this collection to me. So that will always hold a special place in my collection for sure. All right, and then kind of stacked up. I mean, you could tell I'm like running out of room, right? Because I've got stuff stacked everywhere. So we've got some random premium models in here, some Hobby 64. We've got the Tarmac collab with the, what are they, Mini Champs or whatever. Beyonce, whole, what are these? These were Oversteer here. This Error 404, random stuff. Just some Ace models, some weird stuff. And some Kyoshos, some Sparkies. And here we got some Solido. My buddy Tor gave me those a long time ago at the convention in Lombard when I went to that. Very, very cool. And then we have some Kyoshos in there. These Kyoshos are the ones that are in these little cases are ones that I put in there. Are ones I didn't have boxes for. So this used to be all Kyosho up here. My Kyosho sadly is now not on display right now. It's in boxes. Which it is what it is. There's just too much to put, and I can fit nearly 3,000 or 4,000 cars or whatever it was on these walls, and still that's not room for everything. All right, and then we got over here, we got some Schuco Tarmac, we got some Par 64 stuff, Carnell, some really cool stuff there. And tucked in here are the Global 64 Tarmac cars that came in boxes like that, and some older Global 64 Tarmac stuff there. And then again, we've got just some Team Transport or diorama car stuff in here. So open models, dust. Dust is a minor issue in here, but it's not that big of a deal. Mostly because most dust comes from humans, right? It's human skin stuff. And there's not a lot of humans in here. It's me for small periods of time. I'd like to spend more time in here, but they just not able to. So there's that. I do have to dust these models from time to time, though, and dust does build up occasionally. All right, so that is that wall. I'll just kind of take a step back and try to view it from afar. So that is that whole wall. Underneath that, actually, I've got all these bins right here are all mainline cars, loosed in baggies and categorized by not necessarily make or model, but well, some of them are. Some of them are Ford, Japan, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, UK, Euro, etc. All that stuff. So there's that. So yeah, this is kind of the main wall. And then also under here we have some diorama stuff that I've used to take pictures in the past, and then more of the same. We just got some more bins down there. This is just a black background I use for photographs. So there's that. All right, next let's peek. I think logically the next thing we should do is look at this wall. So this is the start of really my gem of my collection, which is my Auto World loose collection. So these top cases are MASCAR. I do want to say something real quick. Rest in peace, Don Taylor, the owner of MASCAR and creator of MASCAR Displays, has sadly passed away, and they are now going out of business, or they are up for sale. So if anybody's interested in buying that business and continuing this line of cases, it is up for sale. So It's sad but true. All right. So you can't get these anymore. These are going to be completely discontinued. You're not going to be able to get them. I'm going to definitely have to pull my promo code thing off of my description of the video. But there you go. So MassCar displays, I have these in order by release, and for the majority they are labeled like that. So this is licensed premium release 2. You can see version A, version B, and then ultra red, A, B, ultra red, A, B, ultra red, you know, so on and so forth. And then the bottom, so these kind of fit like one set and then another set, and then the bottom row is like more random stuff. So we got like the True LE cars down there. So some pretty cool stuff. So I have a pretty complete auto road collection as far as the regular store releases go. There are a couple missing. I am missing the ultra red that belongs to that one. So that guy's missing. And then I am missing the ultra red of the Walmart exclusive Trans Ams, which would look just like this car down here in ultra red, but it would have the bird on the hood. As you can see, there's no bird on the hood there. So if you have the ultra red of this from this release with the bird on the hood, I'm definitely interested. Still one of my favorite pieces there, the lead sled. So yeah, so moving on, we've got more and more auto world. So everything else is full. All the spots are full except for that one spot right there that I got to fill. I'm going to need to like make a spot in here by, I don't know, removing something down here, changing things around to make room for that ultra red when I get it. And when I get that ultra red, that release, which is premium release 5, will finally be complete, and I'll be able to do a video on it. So there's that. All right, so next we got just a small little wall of stuff right here. I guess this counts as the next wall, but we've got some Tarmac Global stuff. This was stuff I was able to just hang on the wall. I had to get creative with this stuff because, you know, I'm out of room, basically, in these cases. So if they're able to be displayed in the package and removed easy from the package, that's kind of what I've been doing. So kind of similar thing with these. We got some Hot Wheels RLC pieces, and then we got some Auto World Raws, some cases that are empty, a Lego Lamborghini Countach that I put together, Lamborghini that my son got me, and yeah, so that stuff. This thing's kind of neat too. I may just park that guy right there. That's probably where that's going to end up hanging. That's why it's sitting there. This is my archaic video setup for the second half of the videos. This is literally a desk that I got off of the side of the road back in the day. I did not even buy it. I just picked it up off the side of the road. A bunch of junk down there, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of different backdrops for either photos or videos are sitting in there. And, you know, it is what it is. We got headphones sitting there, some lights, you know, that's what I use, and there you go. Hot Wheels trash can and a dehumidifier. Dehumidifier is a very important piece of this room. It keeps humidity out, which hopefully will combat paint rash and stuff like that. This isn't a basement. My basement does stay pretty dry, but especially in the winter it stays dry. But in the summer, it can get pretty humid down here, so that is running constantly in the summer. I do have also a meter you can see right now. It is 66.9 degrees in here, and we're at 36% humidity. I like to try to keep it under 40% humidity if I can. It's not always possible, but I do try to do that. All right, these cases right here, we have some M2 actually in there, and then yeah, I think both of these Plano cases are M2. These are Planos, by the way. Very economical way to display die-cast if you don't mind how they look, and I think they look pretty decent actually. And they're modular, so that's cool. You can kind of do whatever you want with them. I got some random brand stuff in here, some Racing Champs and whatnot, some random stuff. Well, actually, I don't think any of it's Racing Champs now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, we got some random stuff in there. Johnny Lightning, mostly Johnny Lightning in there. Johnny Lightning, Auto World Deluxe, Auto World Deluxe, Auto World Deluxe, Auto World Deluxe, and then Johnny Lightning on the bottom there. So that is that wall in a nutshell, and then just underneath here we've got kind of my desk. There's my computer. That's my MacBook M1 Air. It's a workhorse. That's workhorse. This thing is awesome. I'm really glad I picked this up. I was working with a PC before that was a pretty cheap one. This thing is magical compared to that. And yeah, you don't need the MacBook Pro, guys. The Air is really, really, really enough. All right, and then we got, this is my camera bag. So this is one of the major developments for me in 2022 was picking up a real camera. We don't really need to go into what's all in this bag, but there's a lot of stuff in here. And I kind of got into landscape photography a little bit, so I've been doing some of that. I really would like to upgrade my lenses, but lenses are extremely expensive. But maybe we'll get there eventually. I do have a little thing sitting in here. This is so I can bring like Hot Wheels or cars along with me somewhere. So that is a piece of my camera bag there. I can take cars along. I just picked up this Peak Design camera strap. It's kind of a Christmas present to myself. Those things are sweet. And yeah, there's that in a nutshell. And then we've got some bins here. These both are filled with green light. This is how I am storing my green light now, is trying to keep them in their kind of cases here. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just kind of keep them like that. It's just, it works really well. And then below it, I'm not going to get down there and open it up, but that thing is full. And it's mostly larger green light castings. And then we got laptop bag. I've had this laptop bag since I had my old PowerBook G4 Mac, the first Mac I ever got. So it's large. It's way too large for that thing, but it works. And then tripod is in here, kind of a more expensive tripod in there. We got this big slab of wood here that I used to take pictures on. Some other stuff I've used as photo backdrops and all of that. And then under here, we've got all jammers. And labeled appropriately. Matchbox, Matchbox. So the Matchbox are going to be all non-mainline Matchbox. So I call it my premium or slash vintage Matchbox. I have two jammers that I have not populated yet. Some of my jammers are in really rough shape because I am cheap and I don't care to buy new. They're really just there to store the cars. They're not there to look pretty. So I've got a lot of these second hand and I got them super, super cheap. If anybody's got these for sale cheap, I could never get enough of these. So just an example. So there's some Matchbox. Got some moving parts and stuff in there mixed in with some vintage models and stuff like that. Then we got Johnny Lightning. These all are Johnny Lightning. So I have a lot of Johnnies and they're all kind of categorized in there. So pretty cool. Again, running out of room even for these cases, so it is what it is, but yeah. All right, so that is this wall here, which is the north wall of the basement. All right, next is, I guess, logically, we should look over here. So south wall of the basement, again, this is a light on a microphone stand. But yeah, these are really cheap, by the way. These are cheap LED lights. They work good. I got another one down there. But I use that for, obviously, for taking photos. I don't really use them for video. They're a little too bright and harsh for that. All right, so let's take a quick overview look here of the wall. So we got more MassCar displays. And this is where the Auto World collection continues. So it's still in order chronologically from release, and we're going down there. We're going to be missing a few more in this one. We're missing the Ultra Red for that release. I still have to get these two. I have to get a bunch here, and I have to get a couple here. I have to get some here, and then it kind of spills into some green light. So I've been removing these green light from these cases sort of as I've been adding Auto World. Sorry, green light, but Auto World's my fave. And that's kind of gone. So there's more kind of Auto World runs all the way to the edge here. But this will all be Auto World eventually. And then the bottom half of this wall is starting with Hot Wheels. We've got Hot Wheels 100% models here, the ones that will actually fit in this case. A couple supers and regulars over there. And then we got supers and regulars. So I like to display my supers like this with the regular car. I should probably change that because it will give me a lot more room. Because obviously it takes up twice as much space. But there's a look at my super collection. There's a couple I don't have the regular cars displayed with. But it's just because I don't have the regular cars. But you can see that there. See that there? I got to add in that guy yet. And then after that, we've got customs. So these are some customs that I've made. Just as a display there. Haven't made a custom Hot Wheel in a long time. Then we got some vintage Matchbox. Some more vintage Matchbox or older Matchbox. We've got newer Matchbox, more premium stuff. And then we got random brands. So some random stuff here. Some CM models, some just random stuff basically. Road champs. Down here we got some more random stuff. Some majorette. And then we got, so pretty much this is all like Tomica Premium. Tomica Premium. Tomica Premium. Tomica Limited and Tomica Premium. And like Konami is the majority of what's in here. So there's that. And then here is kind of my unsorted stuff. Well, it's sort of sorted, but it's not put away anywhere. So I've got some stuff I've got to put away. Some Tomica Basics, Tomica Premium, more Tomica Premium. Got some Majorette. We've got just some Racing Champs. This is stuff that I just currently, some M2s, some stuff I just currently don't really have a spot for yet, or I haven't made one for, or I just haven't put it away. There's some more vintage Hot Wheels stuff, some Matchbox stuff. These were cars that I had out because I was taking pictures of them for the Lamley 64 car tournament on Instagram. There's that custom by D's Customs that I got recently. This one I just do not have a spot to put it in. It's too big. Some other stuff, some trailers I don't have a place for, and then some premium Hot Wheels from like this year that I just haven't had a home for yet. All right, so there's that, and then underneath there we've got more jammers. We've got some other Plano cases that are filled with some stuff down there. We've got some cars I still have yet to crack open, so these will be in future videos, or I'll do 10 Car Tuesdays or something with them. And then in here we got all loose cars, Matchbox Current, Hot Wheels Current. So this is all from 2022, and these cars need to get sorted, bagged up, and put into my bins on the other side there. All right. I don't know why this video is looking so noisy, but yeah, there's that. And then over here, I've got some Tomica Limited Vintage in boxes that I pulled because I don't have room for all of it. So I still need to deal with some of that. We've got some Mini GT. These are all Mini GT in here, in their boxes, because I don't have room for those. And then underneath here, this whole bin underneath here is filled with Kyosho. Same with that box and same with that box. These are all Kyosho. And then over here I got some more jammers with some random stuff in them. So it's pretty clear, you know, going through this video with you guys is something's got to give eventually, and I'm going to have to start paring down my collection. Either that or I'm going to have to move into a bigger space, which obviously the most likely thing is going to be paring down the collection. All right, and then we have Shuko. So now we're on the last wall, final wall, and that's the wall facing the door. And there we got that. So, well, I guess let's start over here. This makes more sense. So, more Auto World. This is all hobby exclusive Auto World in a clear MASCAR case. Looks pretty decent. Then we got some more Tomica Limited Vintage in this smaller little carny case. Then we got some Racing Champs sitting on display in their boxes. These boxes are kind of cool. So that works out actually pretty good. And then in here, kind of on the wall, I just got a little golf sign. My mom made me that. Championdjk. It's a spark plug that's hilarious. And then I started posting some of the photographs, the prints that I've made, some smaller prints I've done. Except for that one. Shout out to Alex Winston. If you're watching this video, I stole one of your pictures and put it up on my wall because I thought it was so awesome. Had it printed. So check that out. And then just some other pictures that I took. There's my son. Yeah. Some other stuff goes down to there. And then, yeah, like I said, Shuko here. And then some empty space. This was some Tomica Limited Vintage and Mini GT overflow. But I did take some of that out and boxed it back up. So I've got some room to breathe here. And that's kind of important. So we got that. And then in here, so this was a closet that I subtracted from the room and turned into a display. We've got quite a few more jammers in here. And most of these are castings I collect. That's why they say CIC and then whatever Hot Wheels casting is in there. So most of these are Hot Wheels. Okay, and then I've got stuff for car culture and some Hot Wheels premium models that are unsorted and all of that. Over here is kind of a Hot Wheels overflow. Some models that I just haven't sorted out yet. And Plano cases on the inside wall of this closet. And then over here is like a green light overflow. Just some models I still haven't put in jammers or anything like that because I'm kind of running out of space. And then we got a green light display, which is 3 mass car cases up here. We got Hot Wheels Premium right here. I eventually want this middle one for sure to be all Spectraflame RLC cars, and it's getting close. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So for you Hot Wheels fans, some good stuff there. And then in here we've got some auto art, some Malibu International, a couple M2s, some Ertl American Muscle, and that's pretty much it for that one. So I do have those auto art boxes up there. I'm probably going to box up some of the cars I can box up, take them out of there, and display them in their boxes. It's just an easier way to do it, which will give me some more space. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. That is the room. Oh, we got a cobweb up there and stuff. See, I got to get down here and dust and clean and do all that jazz. It's just, it's hard to find the time. But that is my little little basement, little sanctuary. So it's not super big. It's you can kind of figure out probably the dimensions of the room by the dimensions of these cases. It's got a drop ceiling in it that I'm not a huge fan of. It looks kind of crappy, but you know, baby steps to get this thing looking good. I would like to turn this into like a nice looking kind of office / display room. I think that would be pretty neat. The first step is going to be getting rid of this nasty carpet, getting rid of that and putting some different floor in here. I already painted these walls, so the walls are painted and I think they look pretty good, so we're going to leave that. It would be really cool to do a different ceiling in here. My dream for this ceiling would be to completely take the drop ceiling out and then completely spray the rafters and everything up there black, and then just have lighting facing down so it almost looks like there isn't a ceiling in here. That would be really cool, but it'd be quite the undertaking and it would be somewhat expensive, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that anytime soon. All right, other than this, the only other place where I have diecast is in a closet somewhere, and that's what I call my vault. That's where all my extra carded stuff is. It's all stored in there. Maybe one day we will take a look in there and I will show you that stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's the room. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. I have a lot of fun down here. I've had a lot of fun making these videos for you over the past years, and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So yeah, this is going to be a constant struggle with where to put things. It's just, that's part of collecting, is where do you put your stuff? If you guys have any great storage ideas or display ideas or anything like that, email them to me. I would love to know what you're doing. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Happy New Year. I'm gonna go ahead and post that montage of those cars, so if you want to watch that, it's gonna be long, 16 minutes of just car flashing at your face. So it might be boring or whatever, but I thought I would do it anyway. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, thanks guys again. Have a great day.